Let me first start off by saying that this is a viewer-requested video. However, that's not to say I'm not happy to make it. I woke up to a flurry of emails. I made a video about Canon, which I don't review Canon stuff, and I actually got nothing against Canon at all. I mean, hey, they're not Sony, right? You know, their stuff isn't overheating and corroding, so that's a good thing. Someone made a video last night, a couple days ago. Everybody was pointing it out to me, and I went to look at the video, and then I watched the video from a guy down under who said that the new Canon 5D Mark IV is camera of the year, question mark. And not only were the statements in that video totally incorrect, I mean, he didn't have it in his hands, and neither do I. But by specifications of this camera, now I've said 100 times that you can't judge a camera based upon specifications, so there's no contradiction here, but the specifications also don't lie. While it is true that you cannot judge a camera based upon specifications, which I have said 100 times, it is also true that, like, if I were going on a blind date, or like someone else was like going on a blind date with me, you know, they'd be like, oh, he's fat, tattooed, and bald. It's like, no, I don't want to date that guy. If I were going on a date with a woman and I read her specifications without actually, like, going on a date, I was like, she's got hair growing out of her nose, and she's bald, and she dresses like she's from the 19th. It's like, oh, no. So specifications actually do mean something. This, and the comments in this guy's video, I read all of them, I swear to God, and it's like 80% against him. They're like, what? People were like, what? This is a joke video, right? It's like, oh, no. So everybody said, I want you to comment on this video. And this is not just personal. This is not personal, excuse me. This camera is a failure. I had talked to a buddy of mine, not about this crazy video from the guy down under, but he said he likes Canon a little bit. He says, come on, give Canon some slack. It's a great DSLR. It's just not cutting edge. Well, they sure are charging cutting-edge prices for this $3,500 awful beast. The Canon 5D Mark IV is running 2012 UHS-1 card technology. UHS-1! For $3,500! Not this! This is the camera of the year, by the way. This is the Nikon D500. You see this neat little thing inside the Nikon? This is a $2,000 camera, by the way. Oh, but that's a DX camera. Yeah. This is an XQD card. This camera's got a bottomless buffer. You sit there and... Let's see. Now, this is a much smaller sensor, so let's nail something down here right now. It's like, well, you're comparing full frame to crop. Now, hold on. Bear with me for a second. The Canon 5D has got 61 autofocus points. This has 153. This guy, Captain Kangaroo or Captain Koala, you know, whatever, you know, you want to say, he says, first of all, it's the 5D. Well, what does that mean? Well, what was that proof of anything? Not only is the Canon 5D Mark IV not only not going to be camera of the year, not going to be, from all indications based on the specifications, this is going to be the most disappointing camera of the year. Fuji and Nikon right now are having naked orgies and drinking tequila shooters. They're going, woo! Canon just came out with this crusty old turd that is running UHS-1 cards. UHS-1 cards! Do you know that this Canon 5D has, if you're going to film a 4K video with the Canon 5D, for 1 hour, it's 250 gigabytes. 250 gigabytes for 1 hour of 4K video. What the oh my god! And not only that, it has a 1.74 crop factor in 4K, which makes wide video recording impossible. Impossible. It has no tilt screen at all. It has slow mono in and mono out audio, no stereo at all. This miserable camera is running 2012 technology for $3,500. You see this camera here is $2,000. This is the camera of the year. This is the camera of the year. By the way, most of the people on his website or his video page were actually pointing that out to them. What else does he say? He says, the 5Ds are legendary. What the hell is that proof of on this camera? You don't have it in your hands, but neither do I. The specifications, however, on this, I mean, they read like, you know, a fat bald woman with like bad nose hair. These are Canon's own specifications on this camera. They're horrible. It's going to be a classic. How do you know? You haven't even had your hands on it yet. It's going to become the new staple for professional photographers, he says. Oh, really, mate? Blimey. Crikey. Crikey, mate. Crikey. Says who? What sort of statement is that? You know, I called this camera of the year many months ago, but I had my hands on it. And I said, this is going to be a legendary camera from Nikon, and it is. Nikon has sold a piss load of these Nikon D500s because it is amazing. And he says this is amazing. He says, you should go ahead and pre-order it now because it's going to be sold out forever. Really? No, sales are going to be horrible. Sales are going to be... Now, here's the amazing thing. For the first time ever, people that I basically never agree with, Froboy, you know what I'm talking about, and Tony, people that I never... These people were slamming the hell out of this camera, the 5D Mark IV. They're like, what the hell? This is... It's running UHS-1 Cortex. The 4K video on it is abysmal. Oh, my God. The people I never agree with. We're like all on the same page. The people I never agree with are on the same page about this camera. $3,500 is like this camera time warp from 2012. I am dead serious that Nikon and Fuji right now are having drunken orgy parties going, woo! Woo! Canon released a turd, man. We don't have to make any new technology for a long time. Woo! Canon! Woo! Crappy camera. I know the people at Nikon are going, oh my God, you see what Canon has just released? And you're going to call it camera of the year? The specifications alone on this make this the most disappointing camera of the... Even if it were $2,000, which it's not, it's $3,500. This is an abysmal failure. At $2,000, even... I had a bunch of Canon fanboys email me. I mean, hardcore. They're like, Jesus, I love Canon, but I think I'm switching from Canon. I mean, this is what we waited 4 years for. People have been waiting 4 years for this camera, and it is rocking UHS-1 cards and 1.74 crop factor in 4K video, and 1 hour of 4K video is 250 gigabytes. Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? I mean, what sort of nonsense is that? It has a nasty slow 21 frame per second to compact flash card buffer. 21. For it, you know, bottoms out 21. Nikon D500 for $1,500 less is a bottomless buffer. 61 autofocus points? Are you kidding me? Now, this person also said in his video, it says you can take any job it can throw at it. And at 1 minute and 59 minutes into the video, he says, these Canons don't come with any problems. They don't have oil issues. They don't have dead pixels. There are no recalls. Well, as a matter of fact, that is not true. Canon did recall a bunch of their EOS 1DXs and 1DC bodies because of lack of lubrication of the drive mech. And this was a resultant of focus malfunction, autofocus malfunctions. That's not true. That statement is 100% incorrect. Camera of the year? The people that I never agree with, and I don't get along with, I mean, I would never get along with them. I mean, they're slamming this camera. They're like, what the hell? What the hell is Canon smoking? I don't even review Canon. This is a viewer requested video, by the way, because everybody emailed me about this. It's like, watch this. 80% of the comments in this in a Koala Boys video are like, what? They're like, what? This what? No, no, what? What did you just say? No. Good. For $3,500, the cost of this throwback camera, time warp from 2012, I could buy a new Nikon D500 and a used Nikon D810 and be able to rock any and every variety and type of photography on planet Earth for the same amount of money. Or, and I just got done testing the Fuji X-T2 extensively, or I could buy two new Fuji X-T2s and two lenses. Two Fuji X-T2s and two lenses. The Fuji X-T2, I know for a fact, the codec and the 4K video is far, far better than this. You know, the Fuji isn't going to write 250 gigs for one hour of 4K video, and I know for a fact that the autofocus is going to be faster than this thing. On the Fuji X-T2 actually has faster autofocus than this Nikon D500. The Fuji X-T2 is $1,600. It is less than half, much less than half the price of a Canon 5D Mark IV. Hey, Canon people, if you ever wanted to switch to Fuji, now would be the time. What is Canon smoking? There's so many things that are wrong with this. You know, 1.74 crop factor in 4K video means ultra-wide video recording is impossible. Impossible! It doesn't even have CFast card capability. It has no tilt screen. You know, like I said, I'm not about judging a camera based upon its specification sheets, as I've said, but I mean, if you like have a, you know, it's like, this chick has a bad nose hair, bad BO, cankles, and a giant bald spot. It's like, you're gonna go on a, no, the specifications, like, it's like, well, you know, you should never judge a book by its cover, right? Well, these are Canon's own specifications on this. Canon says, right in the specification, says, UHS 1 card capability. It's like, what? This is 2016, I'm pretty sure, really? The dual pixel technology, the supposed technology on this camera, requires you to use Canon's junky software, which nobody likes. Nobody likes it. No, nobody does. 80% of the comments on this video are going, what? Is this a joke? It's like, what? Camera of the... Everything aside, specifications alone, and these are specs from Canon, this is the worst camera of the year. Worst! But what does this person says? Camera of the year. He says, oh, it's going to be a classic. It's going to be the new staple for professional photographers. What the hell? You don't even have your hands on the specifications alone. Alone. Regardless of when people get it in their hands, okay? The specifications alone say that this is the most disappointing camera of 2016. And if it were $1,500 cheaper, i.e. were $2,000, it would still be a disappointment. UHS 1 cards and a 1.74 crop factor. Oh my god, and only 64 autofocus points? Well, this has 153 and it's a DX camera. That's a full frame camera with only 64 autofocus points. Yeah, not too good. No. Yeah, it'd be no good for birds in flight. No. God. And if the sensor technology is like the rest of Canon stuff, bad dynamic range and no ISO invariance, although they are going to ISO invariance now, then I swear to God, just as sure as I'm sitting here, that Nikon and Fuji, I know this for a fact, are having a naked orgy tequila shooter party over the specifications on this. They're like, oh my god, look what Canon rolled out. And I've been giving Nikon some shade lately for doing some stupid stuff. But then you look at what Canon just did, and then you go, oh my god, I've been giving Nikon down the road, but Canon, Canon, I've been complaining about Nikon like slipping and tripping, But Canon actually like fell off the cliff into a mud pie head first. God. And this person's calling it camera of the year? No, no, girlfriend. This is going to be the most disappointing camera of the year. Everybody else says, oh, you got to go look at this guy's video. Oh, it's like, I don't want to. And then more people email me, say, you got to go look at this guy's video. Like, all the comments are negative. They're like, what? This camera is disappointing. Horrible specifications for an outrageous price. Captain Kangaroo, this is the camera of 2012, okay? I really don't have anything against Canon. I don't even review Canon stuff, but the specifications on that camera make it a miserable, nasty, rotty failure. This camera is $1,500 less. I know for a fact it's way faster. It's not even a full frame camera. Oh my god. I mean, $3,500? Are you kidding me? $3,500? I could literally buy this camera new and a used Nikon D810 for what that thing costs, which time warped in from 2012. Oh my god. Other people were saying that video was clickbait. I won't pass judgment that the video was clickbait. Yeah. You know, this is something I want you to realize. When people that I never agree with, like Tony and Froboy, when I agree with them that the Canon 5D Mark IV is like, it's like, what the hell? Time warped in from 2012. When I agree with them, and they're both, everybody's doing a double take, like, what? But this guy calls it camera of the year. Something ain't right. Something ain't right in Denmark. Something's not right. Because you know that never happens. I never agree with these, Froboy and Tony. I don't, but this time I do. Because they're saying the same thing I'm saying. They're going like, Canon 5D, what the hell? But this guy says, oh, it's camera of the year. It's going to be a classic. It's going to be a legend. It's going to become the news. It's going to become the news staple. Crikey, it's going to become the new staple for professional photographers. And he says, you should get your pre-order in now. Really? 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 Thank you for watching.